Hey everybody, Ryan Horn from Ryan'sTechTips.com. Teachers, you know the situation. You found a great technology tool you want to use with your students. You have a well-crafted lesson plan that you're excited to give to your class. And then, well, it just doesn't go as expected. When you're introducing the technology, some of the kids can't even get started and they're very frustrated. You've got a couple kids that think they really know what they're doing with the tech tool, but they're actually walking around the room giving bad advice. And as a teacher, you're hit with the same 3 questions over and over again as you walk around the room. It did not go as planned. Well, what happened? Well, good news. In this video, we're going to take a look at my top 3 tips on how to introduce technology to students. Let's get started. So, if you follow these 3 tips, it will help keep that chaos out of your classroom. That if you don't follow these tips, you might feel like rolling out of that side window out of your classroom with everything that's going on. So make sure to follow these 3 tips so this doesn't happen to you. Tip number 1, teachers, you have to have a way to get your students' attention when using technology in the classroom. You must have a way, because it doesn't matter if you're the best speaker in the school, the most entertaining teacher in the school. With an attention battle between you and the screen always wins. If you don't have a method to get students' attention, the classroom's going to look like this. Kids aren't going to hear a word you say. So have some kind of verbal cue, whether it's boys and girls, close your Chromebooks, take your iPads and flip them upside down on the table, turn your monitors off, whatever it is, have a verbal cue so that all your students have a way to turn off their device and give your attention to you. You can even say, hey guys, listen, I only need your attention for the next couple minutes, so turn your screens off, and then after that, you get to use your device again. Now, word of warning, you will get this from your students as you tell them to turn their devices off temporarily. But don't worry, this will go away from your students when they understand that you're helping them get started, and it's going to ease some frustration from them in the future. Tip number 2, the gradual release of responsibility model. If you don't use this when using technology with your classroom, start doing it right now. This is huge. This is the I do, we do, you do model. Here's how it works. So when you're introducing a new technology tool to your class, follow this. Start with step 1, I do. Say, boys and girls, go ahead and close your Chromebooks. I'm going to model for you the first 2 steps of this tool. Just watch. So you open up the tool on a TV, on a projector, somewhere where your class can see, and you model and demonstrate the first 1 or 2 steps only. Okay? You say, boys and girls, look how I scroll down. I click on the blue button on the bottom corner. Do you all see how that goes? And then you stop. And then you say, okay, now we're going to do it together. So go ahead and open up your Chromebooks now. Flip your iPads over. We're going to do this together. Don't get ahead of me. All right, great. We're going to scroll down. Everyone see it? Great. We're going to press that blue button on the bottom. Great. If you don't see it, ask someone next to you for help. Once they get that, then you turn the responsibility over to the class. You say, okay, boys and girls, off you go. I want you to do that on your own. After you do that, you're going to keep using the gradual release as you keep introducing new little pieces, new little parts of the tool. And that brings us to the last tip. Tip number 3, chunk it up. Using the gradual release model, only introduce a small portion of the tool at a time. You don't want to introduce 30 features of the technology tool. You're going to overwhelm your class. You're going to overwhelm yourself. Okay? Just pick 1 or 2 pieces that you want them to work on. Follow the gradual release model. Let them work on those for 5 or 10 minutes. Then stop, call a timeout. Say, boys and girls, I need you to close your flip your iPads over, close your Chromebooks again, because now I'm going to teach you the next step of this tool. Chunk it up into little pieces, follow the gradual release, and this will help you stay clear of answering the same 2 or 3 questions over and over again. It'll help having those kids that are super confident, but they might not know what they're doing, giving bad advice, and it'll help keep frustration low, and it'll help keep success high. I hope these 3 tips help.